Page 14, the First Noel. 3/4 time. You got eighth notes flying all over the place. Well, we'll figure it out. Let's take it one hand at a time, make sure we got the fingering and the notes and the rhythms and all that. Moving around a little bit, and I want to adjust the fingering a little bit. I don't care for the fingering. There's more of a standard fingering for this, and I'd like us to use that, I think. So it's coming in on beat 3, and you're starting here in the right hand. So it's 3 and. 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now, just take a look for a minute. From the middle C there at the beginning, 2 measures later you have a high C up here. It's the last measure of the line. So measure 1, now the pickup measure is part of the last measure. So when I say measure 1, it is the first full measure. That's measure 1. And then a couple measures later you have this. Well, what we have is a C major scale in that rhythm. I'd like to finger it that way. That's usually how it's done. They're not doing it in this book that way. I don't know why. They're just going here, then you got to go up here. That's terrible fingering. I don't recommend that at all. That's so unmusical and unpianistic. Please don't. I don't know if you're doing scales yet or not. I don't know what you're doing, but this is a scale and we need to finger it this way. So we're going to go here and I'm going to put thumb on the F. That's all. So it's 1 and 2. I mean, you can reach, if you relax, the thumb will reach. You can do that. Don't twist around or nothing fancy to get there. Just relax. Here. And that's what we want to do. That way you're in position, and you will have third finger on the A when you get there. So again, from the beginning, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. We're going to stay in this position for a while until the end of the second line here. Crossing over again. It's like doing the C major scale going the other way. We're not using all the notes, but that. Now we're back to what we were doing before. Use the same fingering here. It's the same passage, use the same fingering. Okay? For the most part, that is the right hand. If you can get that, you got the toughest part. Now measure 17. The notes are a little different, but the fingering is going to be the same. You're still going to put a thumb on the F. Because you need to be in this position because you got this coming up. So it's the same fingering you've had before, it's just different notes slightly. Left hand, it's broken chords. C chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and then the 4 chord, 1 chord till the end of the last measure on page 14 is then a block chord. It's 5/7 chord. That's really all the left hand is doing. Until you get to the bottom of page 15, let's look at that. You're going to here, you're going to cross over for 1 note. You're staying there, you're just crossing over for 1 note. Put the hands together. This should be interesting. Hesitate, don't worry about hesitating. You're just trying to get the hands to work together. So you're here. See, you played all those notes before you played that D. 1 and 2. Work it out at slow, go as slow as you gotta go. Get the hands to work together and then go back and take out the hesitations because it has to be a steady beat. It can be slow, but it's gotta be a steady beat. Then we can put in the phrasing. You see the sentences? Lift up. I mean, it doesn't really indicate a sentence there, but go ahead and lift up there on measure 4. Lift up. Lift up between the phrases. In the left hand, just connect it all as best you can. Everything. All together. You can't really connect it all, but do the best you can. And that's the articulation. And then the dynamics, well, moderately loud. Everything else is background. Measure 8. Now you come down, it's moderately soft. There's not a lot of difference between moderately loud and moderately soft. They're kind of both in the middle. It's just on the soft side of the middle range. When you get down to measure 16, now you're loud. Just moderately soft here, loud. The left hand can come up to moderately soft or so, but keep it in the background. Retardando there at the end. And again, I measure 20 to go into 21. You're going to lift up here. Lift up, but in the left hand don't. So it's connect this, but not this. So forth. It's my impression of it. Speed, it's not fast or slow. It's you decide. It's got to be accurate, so whatever you can do there. It's sort of what I think it should be. I like to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics, but I'll do the phrasing. So I'm going to give us 2 counts because we come in on beat 3. So let's just try it together very slowly just to check notes and rhythms. Ready and go, and 3 and 1 and 2. There's a duet for this. I'd like to play that and have you play what you just played. We're going to speed it up a little bit, and again I need you to go up an octave. So just pretend middle C on the keyboard goes up an octave and you're up here. So instead of here, you're up here. Play it all up here. I'll give us 2 counts. Now the duet doesn't have a pickup beat, but I'll go ahead and play those notes with you, and then I'll do the duet part. Ready, go, and.